Broncos country, what's going live? This title is for myself as well. I'm sleeping on DeVaughn Vele, it seems. You might be as well. We're going to dive into what everybody is saying about him through the 2 days that the media has had access to Broncos OTAs, all of that. We'll touch on JK Dobbins, some of the other interviews with Sean Payton. Evan Ingram spoke today, as well as DJ Jones. So I'm going to give you guys kind of a quick recap of every little thing that you guys need to know. But we're going to first start with DeVaughn Vele, guys. And as I'm pulling this up, be sure to smash that like, subscribe, join the conversation. Let me know your thoughts. Here we go. Zach Stevens saying Broncos OTAs today. Evan Ingram's going to be a massive staple in the passing game. We all know that. There shouldn't be any concerns about RJ Harvey's hands. He's caught everything. Talanoa Hufanga is a workhorse. He's constantly grinding on the practice field, but this is what I'm most interested in. DeVaughn Vele continues to impress, and other Broncos beat reporters, insiders who were at practice today, they have also echoed that, as well as in last week's practice as well. Peyton Manning was there today. That's great to see. And also, Jeremy Crawshaw, our franchise punter, I'm already calling it, 6th-round pick this year, launching punts. You love to see it. And Benjamin Albright said, my main observation at OTAs is that it's Vele season. Now, Benjamin Albright, some people make fun of him for saying he's always, all wrong, whatever. But Parker Gabriel did co-sign this as well. Hopefully I can find his tweet that he had on this. I might miss it, but he retweeted it saying, yes, I co-sign this. So let's get into DeVaughn Vele. If you didn't know, 6'5", 210 pounds, like 26 years old, I think, or going into his age 27 season. And he was productive this past year, 475 yards. And really was just Mr. Reliable. Brad D coming in here saying that Vele will blow up this season. And a lot of the times I think that I forget about Vele because, he's already older, how much more potential is really there. But Zach Stevens has brought this up before during some of the collaborations that we've done towards the end of the year that Vele, he still has some room to grow because you did kind of start playing college football a little bit later as well. But the other things that I want to point out here, 11.6 yards per catch. That's fantastic. Did miss some time, I think like 4 or 5 games due to injury. And so I think he would have well eclipsed 500 yards. You might have seen him reach or eclipse 600 yards in his rookie year. That's really, really solid. 3 touchdowns. Slot guy, 70% of his snaps in the slot. Now, I think Evan Ingram might eat into that a little bit, but what Marquee Sports has said, as well as other guys in the Broncos media have said that, yeah, like he can go outside if you need him to. So is he going to start eating into some of Troy Franklin's snaps outside? Where does Pat Bryant factor in all of this? I think that he's had a strong couple weeks of practice as well, but DeVaughn Vele also can come up with the contested catches, just like Cortland Sutton, some of these bigger wide receivers that we have on the team. 60% contested catch rate, caught 9 of 15 targets, and quarterback rating when target. Bo Nix had a 116.3 quarterback rating when he was going at Vele. That's a beautiful thing. So it's going to be interesting to see, can he earn more snaps outside? And Sean Payton loves those bunch and condensed formations. So we can have a tight end out there like Evan Ingram kind of in the slot or playing close to in line, or if we do play him in line and still have DeVaughn Vele maybe on the opposite side of the formation or whatever in that slot as that big slot role, and use both of them to absolutely obliterate defenses over the middle of the field. Yeah, I think that I've been sleeping on DeVaughn Vele. And if you're forgetting the type of athlete that he is, check out his RAS score, 8.47. The big things that stick out here, well, I guess they got him measured at 6'4", whatever. But a 4.47 40-yard dash, a guy that can get downfield. Decent 10-yard split of a 1.56. But the broad jump is really what sticks out over 10 feet. That is something that tells you that he does have good explosion off of the line. And so, yeah, could DeVaughn Vele possibly be Bo Nix's wide receiver 2 this year? I think that, hey, when you look at past production, influencing or being the main influencer with predicting future production, DeVaughn Vele is probably that guy out of all of our other wide receivers in the room, right? Now, again, I got big expectation for Marvin Mims, man. Um, and I'm pumped about Troy Franklin. Seems to have his mojo back that he's at number 11, but we'll have to see. This is very interesting that Vele continues to be the talk of Denver media when they've had access. It's not Cortland Sutton. It's not Pat Bryant. It's not these other guys. It has been on a whole other level with DeVaughn Vele. So let's continue to move on. I did want to give an update when it comes to JK Dobbins here. Mike Kliss tweeting out some quotes here from the Sean Payton press conference saying regarding JK Dobbins, he's another good player we've seen firsthand, end quote. Possibility of adding a good player, quote, who can help us win. A lot of people, man, I've been seeing on Twitter have been overanalyzing this thing. Oh, man, what does this mean about RJ Harvey or Audric Estime or, all these things? Number one, we're going to keep 4 backs on the roster. That's how I feel about it. That's what we did last year. A lot of people forget Blake Watson made the 53. I think we could all add or agree that adding competition to this unproven backfield makes a lot of sense. But at the end of the day, JK Dobbins raises the floor for this running back room. JK Dobbins is a better guy to have on the 53 than probably somebody like Tyler Bidet, Julian McLaughlin, Blake Watson, Audrey Estime, one of those guys, man. No shade to those guys, but I'm just telling you how it is. He's a better player for our 53 than some of the guys that we have right now. He raises the floor of the team. And he also said this, J.K. Dobbins is, quote, another good football player that we've seen firsthand. I've seen for a while. The importance of that position group. We really like the group fit right now. The group right now we're working with. It's just another opportunity to possibly bring in another good football player to help us win. It's as simple as that. He's good. It's not like Sean's trying to throw shade at anybody as opposed to myself in the running back room, I guess. He's a good player. Why would you not? And you might say, well, why did you wait this long? Again, you want to get past all that pick comp stuff that ended with the first waves of free agency before the draft. So he does have that tender on him. We would have to give up a future 7th round pick, but we're getting a couple due to Riley Dixon and Javonte Williams signings. So it's not a big deal at all. But that's why guys like Amari Cooper, Gabe Davis, JK Dobbins, maybe Nick Chubb will get signed by another team that's hopefully not the Broncos, because I would greatly prefer JK Dobbins. And Sean Payton also talked about, hey, we got the best health staff in the world right now in the NFL. So JK Dobbins, it makes sense for him to come out here. Now, I'll get to a few other quotes and get to your thoughts here. Parker Gabriel will go through some of the things that he talked about regarding JK Dobbins. Got off to a terrific start, 266 yards and 2 TDs. But then he kind of tailed off. I think he had an injury, but still a very intriguing option. We can keep him healthy, no doubt about it. Cole Fotheringham is on the IR. That's a bummer. Broncos OTAs is a wrap. On deck next week. Blake Watson didn't practice along with PJ Locke and a handful of others. Here's a little bit of Bo Nix and Jarrett Stidham. And Troy Franklin looking good on that post route. Yeah. He said Sean Payton is always interested in adding good players. You're absolutely right about that. Now, interesting thing, Evan Ingram talked about how the Broncos were the first team to call him. That's great. Oh, yeah, here it is. Co-signing. It's Vele season. Everybody seems to agree. It's Vele season. But what I love is that Evan Ingram wants to call himself the cleaner. He just wants to come in, earn the respect of guys, perform, like he said, at the highest level possible. And I love that humility. He also talked about how Bo Nix took him out to lunch on his visit here. Isn't that beautiful to have a quarterback who just gets all that stuff? Why am I getting all this Nebraska Cornhuskers follow recommendations? What is going on? Cameron Parker, you're ruining my feed, man. Yeah. And he said Bo Nix is just a really impressive guy. Beautiful thing. DJ Jones. He talked a lot about Savion Jones in another clip that I'll get to. But interesting note from OTAs. Sean Payton specifically shouted out Tyler Bidet today as very good in pass pro. That's an interesting group at the moment, particularly because Estime, Jaleel McLaughlin, they're kind of unproven or haven't proven thus far that they can pass protect. RJ Harvey's a rookie, so we'll see how that goes. Find all that very, very interesting. Let's see here. What else we got? DJ Jones on Savion Jones. He'll be very special. He also said regarding him and Q Robinson, they both have the ability to be great. Savion Jones, another John Franklin Myers. Why have one John Franklin Myers when you can have two? That's my opinion on things. And of course, Evan Ingram's really glad to be in Denver. He's going to be phenomenal here. I just love it. So I think that just about sums up everything that we've heard from today. I didn't want to read through all the tweets, keep this fairly short. I'll get to some of your comments. But ultimately, man, DeVaughn Vele, somebody that he very well could be that guy. Again, everybody that is more connected to the team, as I am just a fan, right, seems to be very impressed by the ascension that they're seeing on an OTAs. Could he be this year's Lucas Kroll? Maybe. But it's hype season, baby. We're going to hype this. We'll see how this goes. Andy, hoping Vele takes a jump in the Z. That would be ideal there. If so, yes. If we can just have somebody take that Z role, like grab it by the horns or the reins, since we're Broncos, right? That would be great for the offense. Have specific roles and expectations from week to week. Vele has labored to pick up the offense. Mims and Franklin need to learn the offense last year. I think you're right about that. And he was just a little bit more, I think, developed in his route running and tracking the ball. Vele just seemed one step ahead of Mims, Franklin, etc. in terms of readiness and pure floor. And yeah, when we drafted him as a 26-year-old in the 7th round last year, that's what my expectation was, is that yeah, you should contribute. When you're drafting a 26-year-old, you should get on the field. And yeah, 475 yards from a 7th round draft pick last year. Let's see what he can do. Also, Aaron Rodgers signed with the Steelers. Go check out Urinating Tree, because Days of Our Steelers, hopefully, will be back for another season. That should be funny. Dobbins here should send a strong message to Estime. Yes. And I think it should send a strong message to Jaleel, Bidet, and Watson, man. I've seen people all over the place on who they feel like this is an indictment on, but I think Sean Payton summed it up, man. Like, we just want to get better as a group, as a room. JK Dobbins raises that. But yeah, like, I don't want to settle for not good enough. We settled for not good enough last year. Idrama, what's going on, man? Oh, man, you got hot takes today? All right, give me your wide receiver too, man. The illustrious DeVaughn Vele. Let me know your thoughts here. When the 1,000-yard receiving bet line comes out for Vele, I'm smashing that, although I know the line won't be made. That's an interesting one, man. And yeah, maybe use a nice little dynasty fantasy smash or stash for you. Where's Kamara? Dude, right? Now we just got to bring in Kamara. Guys, we're trying to win football games, man. And I'm sorry, we got some one-dimensional running backs right now at the back end of the room. Audric Estime has not proven to be multi-dimensional. Neither is Jaleel McLaughlin. But I will say, I think Estime has the potential to become multidimensional, but neither of those guys have proven it. And Bidet seems to be a practice MVP. We saw a little bit, but he's going into his 4th year with, just hasn't shown a lot. So we'll have to see. Vele has that insane catch radius. You're absolutely right about that. 33.5-inch arms. To put that in perspective, man, who had 33.5-inch arms? The tight end that we just signed, Prescorn, also has 33.5-inch arms. That's interesting. Vele is on a mission from God. That's what Kodiak Broncos, or that's what Dennis Reisman is saying in Kodiak Broncos podcast, saying scientists are working on regenerative growth jello for repairing bone tissue. Jello knees could actually become jello knees. Brilliant. And that's what we're working on in Dove Valley. We got some fancy regenerative growth processes coming out here because we keep guys healthy, man. We do. So I'm not worried about Hufanga. I'm not worried about Greenlaw, Ingram, all these guys, man. I think we're going to have another good year when it comes to ultimately staying healthy for our team. And I think bringing in a guy like Dobbins definitely helps solidify depth because, if a guy goes down, you want to have another guy that you can depend on. Right now, when we're trying to compete, it's just nice to have a few guys that you know what you can expect from them when you're putting them on the field. JK Dobbins, man, he's going to give you great effort when he's on the field, man. The Vele seam shots are a beautiful thing. You're absolutely right. He can get upfield quickly and has that catch radius. Again, caught 9 of 15 contested catches last year for a 60% contested catch rate. And that very well could go up this year going into his 2nd year. He's more comfortable. He's not having to learn the offense for the first time. He's going to be able to, instead of learning the playbook all over again and all these things, he can spend more brain power focusing on the little nuances of what will take him to that next level. I think that's cool. T-Fission, what's going on, man? Yeah, Urinating Tree seemed quite upset on his live stream with Perna, Grossi, and company about an hour ago. Yeah, I was tuning into that. And I would feel the same if I was him. Now, shout out to the great Brandon Perna. He did join my David Talks Broncos VIP Discord yesterday. He is the best. So if you want to chat with your favorite Broncos content creators, a lot of us are in there, man, including Andy, Zach Seeger, all the Let's Talk Broncos people, all my friends that I have on these shows. Please, links in the description. Come and join, man. It's really awesome. Brandon Perna, thank you. Thank you. Hydra Ammo saying, my hottest take is Troy Franklin becomes wide receiver 1 and Pat Bryant is Cortland Sutton replacement in 2 years. Trust me, Franklin with hands is wide receiver 1. I want to believe, man. I want to believe. If Marvin Mims can just, learn how to run some downfield routes like Tyreek Hill, his potential is unlimited, man. Unlimited, in the words of Russell Wilson. But yeah, that is a hot take, and I think it's brilliant. Bryant, the Cortland Sutton replacement, maybe Troy Franklin really is that killer from the Z. Troy Franklin with hands again. Him and Marvin Mims had some of the top separation statistics last year. Now, Marvin Mims, I think that was because he was given a huge cushion, 8-yard cushion, and a lot of his stuff is coming at or behind the line of scrimmage. But you saw he was able to separate on those deep routes too. Rod Smith had 34-inch arms. Good Lord. That's insane. Hydra Ammo. Hopefully the LSU staff now starts a pipeline for LSU guys. I hope Stavion starts that pipeline. Man, it would be brilliant. Sean Payton talked about that. Also, he's like, we just haven't, in the past, I haven't been able to draft LSU guys because we weren't high enough in the draft, being down in New Orleans and whatnot. I love the fact that we got an LSU player, as my friend Rawhide Media says, who I think we're going to do an NFL show here soon. He calls them Louisianimals. I think that's great because they're freak athletes. 17-0 until proven otherwise. You're absolutely right. I know it's off subject, but do you think Q Robinson could be a giant inside linebacker? Cecil says he's batting down passes in great zone coverage in camp. I know it's early. I think the potential is there, no doubt about it. And if we're talking about him being active on game day, it's hard to just make a guy that is likely the fifth edge with no other position versatility like active, because you need to make him active for special teams. Maybe they do try and transition him to inside linebacker. My big concern about why I haven't wanted that is because Vance Joseph just hasn't proven that he can get those guys to do it with these just freak athletes. But I think he does have the athleticism to be really, really great at it. Can we teach him and coach him properly? I mean, imagine him and Dre Greenlaw as freak inside linebackers. Like, that would be a lot of fun. I'm trying to think, was it Sherwood, Jamie Sherwood, the inside linebacker from the New York Jets? You might need to fact check on me, but I feel like he did spend time at edge earlier on in his career, maybe in college, before then transitioning to inside linebacker. I could be making that up, but he was somebody that we wanted to go after, and the Jets retained him, right? Man, I just hope they pick a position for Q Robinson and they're not moving him like they did Drew Sanders all over the place. Is Bidet going to be the new Lil Jordan Humphrey? Oh, man, Marky. Oh, man. That would be tough to deal with. But Sean Payton has a guy or two like this every single year. It's been Lil Jordan Humphrey. Could it be Tyler Bidet this year? I'm going to be disappointed, man. Q had an elite QB spy tape at Alabama, and if he's improving in zone rapidly as advertised, he'll be a problem here at inside linebacker, which would be such an added bonus to that pick. Yes, especially Andy, because I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but you're a guy that really wanted us to draft an inside linebacker at some point. And I don't know if this was the deepest inside linebacker class this year. So it would make sense, hey, when you're getting to the fourth round, maybe you're just trying to find the best athlete possible and developing them into an inside linebacker that also has pass rushing chops from blitzing inside, kind of similar to Drew Sanders, but can also come out on the edge in emergency cases. So, we'll have to see. Pat Bryant is LGS or LJH plus premium. Yes, he is what Lil Jordan Humphrey is supposed to be. But yeah, Pat Bryant's going to be fantastic. Andy saying, yeah, I was pounding the table for an inside linebacker throughout the draft. Q was number 84 on my big board. So I like that value at 134. And I like it even more if he can hold up at inside linebacker. I think so too. I like that pick more if he kind of ends up fitting a position of need for us. Again, because I wanted a tight end. I wanted a tight end right there in round 4, but hey, this is why I'm not GM, right? We'll see how it all goes. But guys, thank you so much for tuning in. We got 128 people watching this. Thank you to everybody who has been coming across the channel recently. Your support means so much. Your engagement means so much. It's going to be a fun year to watch our Denver Broncos together, man. Discuss it all. It's hype season right now, baby. Please go check out DeVaughn Vele's video that Marquee Sports put out. I linked it in the description here as well. He did a much more in-depth breakdown on DeVaughn Vele and why he could be awesome. But yeah, our defense could be the best in the league this year. It's going to be a special year. Getting a guy like JK Dobbins, fingers crossed, helps solidify, again, that belief that this team can go on a special run this year. So y'all have a wonderful evening. Maybe I'll be back once JK Dobbins signs. do have some plans this evening, but we'll see what I can do, guys. Thank you again so much. Join the Discord below as well. Go Broncos.